Oi! Sanju!
So that was Yay, and now we're moving on to what I consider to be the winner of this year's E3. Yes, already declaring it. Sue me. And that's Nintendo. Well, then again, I'm a Nintendo fan, so you should have seen it coming by a long shot. But Nintendo honestly really had a good lineup of interesting games for the Wii U and the 3DS. I don't think the Wii U will defeat the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, or the Xbox One. But honestly, if they're just going their own way, the system will sell enough so they can keep enough money, then I don't have a problem with it. Now, some would compare it to the GameCube, like as an insult, and I'm like, but I fucking love the GameCube. Yes, the least selling of the, I think it was the 6th generation of consoles. I know, but fuck if I didn't love the GameCube with both its exclusive games and some of the second or first party games it did have. So yeah, if it's gonna be a GameCube-like system, no problem. Anyway, let's get to the games. First up is Bayonetta 2. Show of a new in-game trailer. It looked amazing, over the top, typically Bayonetta. But the most interesting part came after the trailer for Bayonetta 2, where they showed off Bayonetta 1 for the Wii U. Yes, if you buy Bayonetta 2, you also get Bayonetta 1. Instead of just simply selling it separately, no, they just put it on the same disc. The Wii U probably started to have both games on one disc, and it's a great way for people who've never played Bayonetta 1 to get familiar with the game. But it's not a simple port. They've also added some extra content. You have 3 new costumes at least. One based on Link, one on Peach, and one on Samus. They're not just a cosplay, they're not just some nice little dress up. They also influence your attacks. Like when Bayonetta is wearing the Peach dress, the giant hands and feet she summons, there is little Bowsers. And if you have the Link suit on, the Link outfit, she has the Master Swords. If she hits objects, rupees will come off. And she also sounds a bit like Link. So I really like how Platinum Games has put these things in the Wii U version of Bayonetta 1. It's not anything new, nothing too grandeur, but it's a nice little extra, for the Wii U fans. And honestly, I really want to have the Wii U now as well. Oh, besides having other games, this game, oh yeah, Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, extra content. Oh, that's good, guys. Then we have Smash Bros. 4, or just Super Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. They actually announced several new characters, both at E3 and just after E3. First we got Palutena from Kid Icarus. She was already hinted at a bit in one screenshot, but I wasn't sure if she was going to be playable, or she was just something in the background or an assist trophy. Now it's official, she will be playable, which, again, we have another female fighter. Always love that. She even got this fucking awesome anime trailer where you see Link and Pit fighting. That was just so fucking awesome. And I'm not sure if this is Nintendo's idea or if this is the idea of Namco Bandai, because that company is co-developing this Smash Bros. 4. But promoting new characters through these kinds of trailers just gets me pumped up. That, and it also gives me ammo to make new intros, which I know I never use. But yeah, that was great. They also showed Pac-Man to be playable. It was also speculated by a lot of people, or also on people's wish lists, that Pac-Man was going to be playable. So I think some people weren't too happy because they were like, really, Pac-Man? But I'm like, why not? Pac-Man's kind of cool, and hell, more diverse roster. I got no problem with that. I think he's going to replace Mr. Game & Watch as the oldest, quote-unquote, oldest video game character in there. And I love Mr. Game & Watch, but I got no problem if Pac-Man replaces him. So, it's cool. Then, a trailer that was released, I think about a month after E3. We got a trailer that showed off Captain Falcon, Lucina, and Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm glad they confirmed that he is going to be in Smash Bros. 4. Now, I know some of you are probably like, come on, no Captain Falcon? Like, I know, but you never know me. We haven't seen Ness, we haven't seen Lucas, we haven't seen Ice Climber, or, like I said, Game & Watch. So, maybe they would have left out Captain Falcon. I doubt it myself, because the Smash Bros. Is the franchise that made Captain Falcon as great as he is today. So it would be kind of weird if he wasn't in it, but you never know. But yeah, he's in it. I like his new design, and yeah, I can't wait to play as him. And then we have the 2 new Fire Emblem characters. No Chrom, no There's actually a little joke in the trailer, in the last trailer of Smash Bros. Where you do see Chrom in the trailer, but he's like being knocked out by Captain Falcon. He's mumbling something of, maybe next time. It's like Sakurai's trying, like, I know you wanted Chrom, but I'm not giving you him. Nah. I'm not upset about it. I just like the little Sakurai trolling us. Yes, we're getting Lucina and Robin. I'm not too familiar with Fire Emblem Awakening, so don't know much about their characters or what kinds of attacks they usually use. What I could tell from the trailer, however, was that Lucina seems to play a lot like Roy from Smash Bros. Melee, which I don't have a problem with. I fucking loved Roy in Melee. Sad he was left out in Brawl, and he probably will also won't come back in Smash Bros. 4, but it's not too big of a deal. And again, if Lucina really is gonna play like Roy, except no, be female, I got no problem. Hell, another female character, which I always love. If you're wondering why I like female fighters a lot, because most of the time, they fit my style. They're very fast, very nimble, don't do that much damage compared to like heavy characters, but again, they're faster. And that's why I prefer them over the heavy, but stronger, sluggish characters. So we have Lucina and Robin, who also has a male and female version. Probably has something to do with in the game itself and then Fire Emblem Awakening. I'm not sure what exactly, but you know, if you want to play as a female version, you can do that as well. He seems to be using a lot of lightning magic, and he has a lightning-based sword, which is also cool. It's like the first time that we have like 4 Fire Emblem characters in one game. I mean, it was always 2. Melee had Roy and Marth, Brawl had Ike and Marth. Now we have Marth, we have Ike returning as well, we have Lucina, and we have Robin. So if you're a big Fire Emblem fan, you're probably loving this even more than I do. I just love that we have such a very diverse roster. I'm going out of my way saying the Smash Bros. 4's roster might be the best one we've ever had so far. I mean, Brawl was big, but this one looks even better. Plus, from what I can tell, almost no clones. Fuck yes. Okay, we have Toon Link, and as much as I like Toon Link, I'm like, it's a clone. It's like a chibi Link. I like him, but a clone character. And I prefer to have as less clones as possible. So aside from him, yeah, almost clone free. Which is great. Again, if I had the money, I would be buying a Wii U right now. Probably also play Mario Kart 8, because that game also looks fucking awesome. I would buy a Wii U and just save a bit more money to buy Smash Bros. Wii U at the end of this year. Because I so want to play this game. It looks so awesome. Probably have to wait a few years to get enough money or to have when it drops in price, but I'll wait. I have the time. Then we have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby. Didn't show anything much. It showed a few new Mega Evolutions. Swampert and Sceptile have Mega Evolutions now, which makes sense because in Pokemon X and Y we only had Blaziken having a Mega Evolution, and to only have him have one, kinda unfair, so it makes sense that Swampert and Sceptile have one. Now they look pretty cool. Swampert looks like he's been hitting the gym quite a bit. And they also recently released a trailer where they showed Mega Metagross, which is also kinda cool. For the rest, they show off new design for the characters, and apparently the secret bases are returning as well. When I played Emerald, I don't recall ever being too big a fan of the secret bases, but people are loving them, so, you know, yay for them. And but that's really it for the Pokemon games. Next up, we have Hyrule Warriors. Showed off new characters like Zelda, Midna. Fi is also going to be playable, you know, the spirit of the Master Sword from Skyward Sword. And Agita, remember that's the little girl in Twilight Princess that really liked bugs. Remember her? Kind of creepy. Yeah, she's gonna be playable. No idea why, but she's playable. I got no problem. I mean, the more characters, the merrier. And actually, I'm surprised how female-oriented the character. I mean, of course we've had Link, but the rest are all female. Zelda, Midna, Fi, Agatha, Impa was already shown. So, yeah, very female-oriented roster. I'm not saying that's not a bad thing. No problem. Cool, no more girl power. No problem with that whatsoever. I personally hope we're gonna get Ganondorf or Giraham to be playable. Or, I forgot his name, but the Goron leader in Ocarina of Time. I would love for him to be playable. That would be so cool, just rolling around, killing enemies. Or even better, Majora's Mask. Now maybe when he possesses Skull Kid, or when he's like Majora's Wrath with the tentacles or whatnot. I know it sounds creepy, but that would be so fucking just owning enemies with those tentacles. Okay, that sounded really disturbing, but you guys get my point. And they also showed off a bit more gameplay. Zelda can use the Wind Waker to attack enemies, and Midna has Stealth Link as a wolf, has some sort of own created Twilight Wolf to help her. And for the rest, they also showed Link and the various weapons he can use to fight the enemies. And that's about it. So Hyrule Warriors, fun game. At least looks like a fun game. I mean, it's Dynasty Warriors. If you like Dynasty Warriors, and you like Zelda, you're probably gonna like this game. I've only played Gundam 2 Dynasty Warriors, but I love the game. Not that because you can defeat giant robots with other giant robots. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. And I hope there will be other companies that will make spin-off games of famous Nintendo franchises. Because that's something Nintendo can use a whole lot. More new franchises. Well, quote-unquote new franchises, I should say. Yeah, it's still great. Speaking of Zelda, they did show the new Zelda for the Wii U. It wasn't much, it was a very short teaser. But it was based on the in-game engine. And all the game and what we saw was actual gameplay. So it's gonna be gameplay. It's not like this is just a CGI teaser or pre-rendered. No, this is you can consider this to be actual gameplay. It looked visually, at least, it looked amazing. It really feels like you're playing some sort of water painting. I mean, of course, Wind Waker had the cel-shaded graphics. Skyward Sword also had them to a certain degree, sort of like that mixed with Twilight Princess designs. But this one goes even more out, and it looks quite beautiful. For the rest, nothing much to talk about because they didn't show much. They did say that the world was going to be more open world-like, and I know that that's not really an original concept anymore, but we haven't seen it much in Zelda. Zelda hasn't been always too linear. There was always some space. It wasn't just linear from point A to point B to point C. If this is really going to be more open world-like, let's say, I wouldn't say GTA, but maybe more like Jak and Daxter, the first Jak and Daxter game, I wouldn't mind that. That's actually pretty cool. And I also know they will change the original dungeon/puzzle structure of the franchise. What that will mean, no idea. Until they show gameplay, I can't say much about it. All I can say is the style they've chosen for the game looks awesome and looks quite beautiful. And I just hope that next time they will show some gameplay so I can judge it on that. But am I looking forward to it? Oh yes. But again, I'm a Zelda fan nut. I'm always looking forward to a new Zelda game. And then we have Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. It's basically a Wii U sequel to Canvas Curse, which was on the old DS. The thing that stuck out the most of this game was that the animation was some sort of claymation. They like to use clay to animate everything. Like how in Kirby's Epic Yarn everything was made out of wool and whatnot. Here it's made out of clay. And well, that's actually all I can say about it. It's not a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But yeah, clay animation. It looked like typical good Kirby gameplay, the Conquest Curse like. So if you found that, you probably love Rainbow Curse. Except now it's in claymation. That's all I can say. Oh, you can also transform into vehicles like a submarine and a tank, which reminds me a bit of the transformations you had in Yoshi's Island. Yeah, if you're a Kirby fan, you'll probably eat this up. And for me, as a not yet Kirby fan, that looks cool. Hey, hopefully this will be another AAA game for the Wii U. Speaking actually of, they also showed us Yoshi's Woolly World, which in short term it's Yoshi's Island, but in the style of Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's all I can say about it as well. Because I looked at the gameplay and it looked fun, don't get me wrong, but it was just Yoshi's Island gameplay in Yarn. Again, it looked fun to play, and I really wanted to give this a shot, but it wasn't anything, whoa, new, mind-blowing, or anything like that. I expected a bit more from this game, to be honest. Maybe they'll add some other stuff to it, it's possible. For now, it looks alright. But maybe Nintendo will surprise me, you never know. Then we have Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which is sort of a puzzle platform with Toad as the main character. You have to navigate through small levels and solve puzzles while also dealing with or avoiding enemies. I believe there was some sort of version of this already in the last New Super Mario Bros. Game, New Super Mario World. Could be wrong. It looks quite interesting actually. Again, this is something that they'll need. Just sort of spin-off games of known franchises. Instead of just making this a standard platformer, they're like, you know what, let's make this let's make the levels very small and make them more puzzle oriented. That's very nice. Not a AAA game, but still something unique. Something that I think the Wii U needs more of. Just these unique games that make you say, hey, I wanna give this a shot. I wanna get a Wii U. So I hope the best for Captain Toad. Let's see, for the rest they showed Xenoblade Chronicles X. Never played the first one, so I can't say much. I can say, however, that the trailer for this game, it looked great. It really looked like the sort of an interactive anime almost, with a giant story going on, these characters, you have these mechs I assume you can battle in. They already showed some gameplay, I think a year or so ago, where they showed you how you can use the mechs. This is cool. You're a fan of Xenoblade Chronicles, the first one, you will probably enjoy this one as well. For the rest, we have Mario Party 10, yay, Mario vs Donkey Kong. There was no new F-Zero, but according to a few sources I have, they are working on a new Star Fox game. Hopefully they will show something of it very soon. Well, we haven't had a Star Fox game in ages. I think the last one was in 2008, which was Star Fox Command. I know they made a remake of Star Fox 64 for the 3DS, I know, but it's, again, a remake, not a new game. So yeah, hopefully we'll show it soon. Just looking at a few of these games that Nintendo showed, I didn't declare Nintendo the winner of E3 already. Great, unique and interesting games, which is what the Wii U needs. They need some good second and third party games as well, don't get me wrong, but they also have to stand out a bit, you know? And some of these new games they announced, these very unique games, it's what the Wii U needs. It really does. The GameCube had those, and while the GameCube didn't sell that much, and then, as Nintendo would have hoped, it was still a great console, unique games. I hope the Wii U will have the same fate. Perhaps a bit better, but if it's gonna be called the second GameCube, we should take that with honor and don't see it as a failure. But again, that's my opinion as a big GameCube fan.